Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Pause the video right now to check out my social media, my radio show, and thatdrummerguy.com. And most of all, enjoy the following presentation.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Hi, Josh. How are you? Not too bad. Just been stuck in traffic for about it. Yeah.
Oh. Well, despite that,
Where are you calling from?
I am calling from Minnesota.
Minnesota. What a lovely place that is.
Oh, yes, it is. And it's a great day here, and it's a great day to be able to talk to you about everything that's going on in the world of the Adicts.
Yeah, everything's pretty good at the moment. Well, kind of. You know, it's picking up. It's getting there. We're ready to go on the road. New album, the whole lot. You know, 40 years later.
Well, it made me so excited to see that there was a new album coming out from the Adicts, and of course that album is And It Was So, coming out November 17th through Nuclear Blast.
Right.
What went into the writing process for the new album?
Well, Kid sits down and he does his hums, and the writing process basically is, you know, it's a teamwork. There's three of us, me, Monkey, and Kid. We put it together. We write about what we want to, you know, surrounding situations, life in general. And we write, you know, we kind of wrote most of it before we went in, then wrote the other half once we were doing it, you know. Sometimes lyrics don't work with tunes, so we rewrite, you know. And we've got a lot to write about, believe it or not, you know. There's you know, look at the world, you know. Have you heard the album yet?
Yes, I have. I've actually been checking it out over the last couple days, and I've been really able to digest it. I really love it. I mean, there's some tracks that really do stand out to me, but as a whole, I love it from start to finish. I love the ebb and flow of the album that's going on, the lyrical content. I just think you guys really knocked it out of the park.
I think we did on this one. Well, we did it ourselves. We've done it our way for the first time without the pressure of a budget and a certain amount of time in the studio. I have a studio of my own, which we decided to skip producers because the last album was soulless due to using a producer. And we've had problems over the years with producers. You know, they don't know the band or what we sound like. And we just took this stance and said, to hell with it. We know what we sound like, you know, as a band. And we finally captured it for the very first time. The very first time, seriously. This actually sounds like what we sound like live. So it was nice. We recorded the drums in a different studio because I didn't want to record them at mine because it's too much upheaval. You know, it takes up another room in the home. And then we took the drums to mine, and then we did everything in my little studio. It's very simple as that. And pretty rocking. It came out pretty amazing, you know. You know, many years. I produced many artists. And so that's how we've done this album, and very pleased with the sound of it. It's got it all. And we've been playing quite a lot of the songs already on tour. And, yeah. And very happy with this one.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I was going to ask if there was any songs that have been played live yet from the album, because I know you guys have been doing some great shows already so far this year, and I just saw as of a half hour ago there's a new announcement for the rest of the year as well with some upcoming shows.
Oh yeah, it's busy. We're just slowly announcing things. We're trying to time everything in to put it all into place, so we've got plenty of things to talk about, you know, because then once it's done it goes quiet again, you know. But yeah, the album, and you know, it starts off picture the scene. It's like a storybook in a way, you know. And that's where we want to start it and how it ends, and we fill the gaps in between. And, you know, we kind of done it in a kind of a story, you know, and then track 2, for instance, which is a rocker, you know, fucked up, which is pointing the finger at the state of the world, you know. And then track 3, typical night out with the boys, talk a load of shit. Track 4, sexy little number with If You Want It, which is actually an old song, you know, from the 80s, and I tried to capture that sound from that time and did it, you know, and on and on and on, and you know, as the story goes, you know, it's got everything. It's got a song on that album for everybody, I think, somebody in the world, you know. But it's a good loud album. I think it's very loud. Sounds great.
Yeah,
I'm loving it. Actually, I can actually listen to it, which is very difficult for me. I never ever play Addicts old stuff ever. This one, I actually like it, and I'm fussy.
Yeah, and that's so great to see too, because like it's even though I've just had it for the last couple days, it's easily becoming my favorite Addicts album to date so far. I mean, I love the songwriting that's going on into it, and like you said, there is a song for everybody on there. I mean, whether it is like Picture the Scene, or you get into the middle of the album, something like Give Me Something to Do, or the amazing way that it ends with IOU, which is one of my favorite tracks on the album.
No, that's not the last track. You didn't get the last two tracks. There's two more tracks.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. There's two more tracks. One's that you might want to call back and tell them there's two tracks missing. I had the same talk the other day with somebody, and the last two tracks, what are they called? The last track's called You'll Be the Death of Me. And then it finishes just like the album begins, with Monkey talking, the same thing. And then there's another track just before that. So you're missing two tracks, which really rounds it off excellently,
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll have to get a hold of Nuclear Blast about that, because I'm definitely interested in that. Because, I mean, I love what I've heard so far, and hearing additional tracks go along with that to get that full experience is something I definitely want to take part in.
Yeah. That makes a bit more of a difference. I think you'll enjoy the last two tracks as well, because one's fast as hell and the other one has bongos in it. we recorded bongos for the first time. And the beautiful thing about this album is there's no click track on it, no samples, no drum, samples at all. It's the same drum kit on the whole album, just recorded, mixed slightly different. Every song in itself has been meticulously cared for, and treated correctly. So that's why I'm proud of it, that it actually sounds so great. And everybody's saying it's what they've heard is lovely. I'm very happy, because there's nothing worse when you do something and then somebody turns around and says, shit. Well, I think we've captured it. But I knew when we were doing it that we'd captured something special. And I really do think it's our best album ever. It really is. It really is. And we're ready to go and do a new one.
Yeah, and it makes me so happy to see like the personal attachment to this album too. I mean, from just like going back into the well and getting songs from the 80s, the brand new songs that are featured on there, producing the album yourselves. I mean, it's great to see that kind of attachment to it, and really showing off everything that you guys are capable of after all this time.
Right. Well, it's turned out very well. We're very pleased with it. There is a little kind of story in the album, but not really a concept. I mean, the album says it, and it was so. And this is us. This is the Addicts. Good title.
Oh, very much so. So, you mentioned before that some songs have been played live so far off the new album. What songs are those?
Okay, we've been playing Picture the Scene. I think we played that 3 times. It went down very well. It was very weird because the audience just stood there staring at it. And it's a hard one to play. And so when it ended, the first night we played it, I think it was San Francisco, there was this huge roar of approval, which was great, We've been playing Fucked Up. We've been playing Talking Shit. We've been playing Give Me Something to Do, and the other one, And It Was So. So we've been playing them live, and they've been going down great. The kids have been singing them without even knowing the song. And the first time we did one of the songs in France, and we don't go down very well in France, and all the audience singing along to this Talking Shit, that was it. And they were all singing, so we got the approval from France as well, which is nice. Because France has never been one of our winner places, we're still trying to win them over 40 years later. So yeah, we've been playing them great, and we're enjoying it, and that's the nice part, we're just enjoying it. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and again, that makes me just so happy to see that after all this time that you guys are still enjoying it just as much. I know being in a band and being able to do that full time can really take a toll out of people, but the fact that you guys are able to write some of the most inspired music that you guys have done the date with, And It Was So, I mean, it's so great to see that you guys are still loving what you're doing and making quality music to match that up.
Well, Kid, our drummer, he writes most of the songs now, and the lyrics and that. He's done a fantastic job on it, and Monkey come in later and tweaked, that's how Monkey comes in, tweaks it, and and it's been a real collaboration, me and Kid. We did it the way we originally began, where me and Kid would just jam together and knock something out. And that's how we did this. I sat in front of the drum kit with headphones on, with a microphone. He had a microphone, and we just talked to each other as we jammed next to each other, and that's how it was recorded. It's pretty cool. And then we took 3 takes, and if it didn't work, move on. So it was no rehearsals, just bang, knock it out, and it was great. It was fun. It was like old times. Pre-technology times,
Yeah, and I really appreciate the fact that there was no click track on the album, too, because it really does give off that full live experience, and it makes me want to experience those songs live.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Honestly, I'm sick. I produce, right? And I'm sick of this click track and samples and sterile, no spontaneity, no soul in the songs. And that's why this is what we wanted to do. We wanted to do it our way and how we used to enjoy it, We used to enjoy doing it this way. And they were the old times. And then we started making records and started working with people who are very anal about it, and it's great. We're very pleased, I'm very proud of the boys, everybody's contribution. They've been fabulous, yeah.
So with very that, pleased. I mean, you mentioned before that you are already ready to work on a new album. Was there any material that was written during this time that might show up on the next release?
Yeah, we've been writing, me and Kid. Me and Kid are going to go down to Cancun for 4 days. I just bought a little tiny handheld recorder, and we're going to sit on a beach. We're going to get completely blithered, and we're going to do humdy-hums into this little recorder for reference. We're going to sit down in just 4 days and write a new album. We haven't had a vacation in forever, so it's what we're doing. Me and Kid, we're going down to south of Mexico to do this. It's kind of good. It's a good idea. So we're going to write most of the album, and then as soon as we're done there, we're going in the studio. So we'll have another album for the end of next year.
Oh, and as a fan, that makes me so happy to see that you guys are that inspired. I mean, the fact that you guys are already thinking about the next album while this upcoming album is coming out in November. I mean, it's great to see that you guys are keeping those wheels going. Yeah,
we've got to. We've got no choice. And we're doing it our way. And signing to Nuclear Blast, they understand how we work. And it's a nice collaboration with them, too. We're not going to go through the pressures of other record labels. They have to understand this is what we are and this is the way we're going to do it, And they're on our case because we're in the process of doing 3 videos at the moment for this album, and they're nearly finished. They're almost finished, but they're weeks late, you see. And we're saying, chill out, chill out. It will all fall into place. We've got a brand new website about to be launched, which is fabulous as well. And it's going to be all go. We're going to be on tour till the end of the year, and we're planning next year right now, touring. We have a new bass player as well. Our bass player sadly quit, so he could become a responsible parent in the future. We didn't want him to. Lovely boy. We wish him well, and we've got a new bass player, a German lad called Kiki, and we're going to try him out till the end of the year. We've had many extra members over the years, gone through loads of bass players, God knows how many, probably 9, But we can't seem to keep hold of our bass players. They seem to, end up getting married or something all the time, taking another road, But we're fine, the 3 of us, the 3 of the original 4, me, Monkey, and Kid. We're family. We keep it together. It's not easy, but we're doing it, and we're excited, and believe it or not, we're really enjoying what we're doing. That makes it more fun, even though some of us have become grumpy old men, and we are all grumpy old men. We're getting on a bit, I'm 60 next year. Jesus Christ, what's fun. Yeah. Little worried about this week, because we're going to tour, and Kid's on crutches. He's tore his calf muscle. and you've got to play the drums. Oh dear, so yeah, and I walk with a stick permanently. I'm broken. But life comes with many things. But just got to get on with it. And and the nice part is we're very relevant in society still. And we just keep getting slowly bigger and bigger. We're not a great band. We don't have money, and we just do what we do once we're on the stage. There's a wonderful magic that when we perform, and we're a very hard band to follow live. But that's what we're good at, and we're just who we are. We're unique. We're our own thing. We don't compete with anybody. We just do what we do. It's entertainment. You can call it punk rock if you want. I've never been partial to those words. I always thought punk is an insult, and never accepted the punk rock thing. But if you talk to a kid about this, he goes, "Yeah, we're punk rock." I just call it rock and roll and entertainment. And we're rebels. We're still rebellious, and there's still a lot to say. Track 2 on the album, Fucked Up. Points the finger without mentioning names. And it's very apt at this modern times about the brainwashing, that's going on with social media and bullshit politics. It's horrible. And we just want people to think for themselves, be free and happy. After what's happened this week, I'm devastated. I went to Mexico on the weekend and did some PR down there, and it was very sad with the earthquake and that. And I got off the plane, and I'm looking at TV, and I see a concert where 16, almost 60 people have been shot. It devastated me. And then the news with Tom Petty just ripped me apart, because I'm a big Tom Petty fan, and I've seen him play so many times, and heartbreaking. And yesterday I was numb and devastated and very depressed. Today I picked myself up and said, right, fuck it, we got a job to do. We got to go out there and make people think for themselves and not be scared, because at the end of the day, there are more good people in the world by far than bad. There really are. I mean, we're just living in this tension of fear, which is brought upon us pretty much by political arseholes,
And
divide. It's horrible to see. Horrible to just not very nice, is it? And so we'll do our part to try and keep the kids sane and happy, and things like that. And this album will put them in a place, because how the album begins with the surreal sit down. It's like a story, isn't it? It's cool. Then it hits you right in the face. Love it. I love that song, Picture the Scene, but it's a bastard to play.
Oh, I can imagine.
But I like the lyric content that we're using. Surrealism artists, Banksy, Salvador Dali. We had fun doing the video. The monkey dressed up as Salvador Dali. He really looked like him. It was a lot of fun. Did a good job. And the only problem with the video is there was only 2 of us that could attend it. So we got to try and superimpose the rest of the band some other way, which is a pain in the ass in itself, because we live all over the world. So we can't be together, for most things, believe it or not, And poor kid, our drummer, he doesn't own a cell phone, he doesn't drive a car, he doesn't have a computer, he just sits and listens to music and writes and writes and writes, and, So we're all different people, Monkey's very flamboyant, he's become very artistic in his older years, which is interesting to see, but he still can't sing worth a shit. He's quite aware of it. We're actually teaching him how to play the triangle at the moment, which is a very cool instrument. We want to teach him how to play one guitar chord, because it might be needed on stage, just with just one guitar string. You never know what's going to happen with the Addicts. You just don't. It's live, for instance. Man, we don't know what the hell's going on half the time. Every show is very different, even though they may be the same songs, but they may be shorter, longer, and you just don't know what's going to happen. It's a lot of fun. It is. Being on the stage, I often wonder what what it's like to attend. And I ask people all the time, what's it like? They say it's amazing. It's over really quick. The time goes by so fast. And that's a good thing. It's because we're just plowing into your face, you know, the energy. I think we do 11 songs before we stop and say hi, you know. And it's great fun. But it's hard work, believe me. It's hard work. You know, the travelling these days, the expense of it as well, the lack of sleep. It really is hard work. Times have changed. You know, airports fucking suck. You know, yeah, times have changed. But it really is hard work. And especially when you get older. This is a young man's game, you know. But I remember how hard it was when we began, where we used to sleep in the car. You know, we couldn't afford hotels. We'd sleep wherever we could, you know. And but still, it's tiring. It's unhealthy. You know, I wouldn't recommend it to anyone to go and do. But it is fun, you know. So, but we're trying to stay healthy now, which is very difficult, you know.
And yeah, I mean, you know, just like covering so much ground with that. I mean, the biggest takeaway I can take from all of that is I really do appreciate the fact that you guys are able to stick around as long as you have, and being able to create new music for us to enjoy, new music for yourselves to enjoy as well. I mean, the fact that you were able to go back and listen to the new album is a real sentiment to what you guys are capable of in 2017. And as a fan, you know, it's just like, I think it's some of your best material to date. It might end up being my favorite album once I get more chances to be able to spin it, and once I hear those last couple tracks as well that I didn't get sent. And the fact that again, you know, it's just like despite everything going on in the world, how hard it is to be in the music business, how hard it is to travel, like you said, that you guys are still able to come together when you can and play these amazing shows around the world, do such extravagantly long set lists as well, and being able to just play something for everybody and being able to enjoy yourselves. It's really awesome to see that you guys are still able to do this and enjoy everything.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you for that nice compliment. Yeah, it's you know, it's important for us to survive. We feel that the kids, you know, need us, and we know they need us, and our audience just keeps growing, all ages, you know. So it's very nice, and we certainly don't do it for the money, but it would be nice if we made more money. We do it for the love of it, but we're finding out that we're appealing to so many now, which is even great. Crossing over to, you know, every kind of genre, people, the crowds we draw. It's an amazing collection of humans, lovely people, great plans. You know, it's nice. You know.
Oh, very much so.
Nothing better than to see their faces when you're on stage. You know, it's great, and you know, watching Monkey do his thing is pretty amazing. You know, we're a good band. It's a great band. There's no doubt about it. And it's taken us 40 years to become this good, so why not keep going?
Yeah, I think that's an amazing way to end this. I mean, that's a great way to look at it.
Thank you.
Mean, after like 4 decades of being together, putting out easily one of your best releases to date. You know, such strong shows that are going on. I mean, not as plentiful as other bands have done, but when you do those shows, they mean so much more when you do them. And the fact that you guys are as strong as you are now, I mean, there's no other way no better way to enjoy the Addicts in 2017.
Yeah, well, thank you for that. Lovely words. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate it. Made me feel good, which is nice. It's nice to hear things that are positive. We need more positivity in the world. There's too much negativity and not enough love. You know, we need to start loving each other, accepting each other, smiling and saying hello and have manners. You know, there's a lot of changes, and young people need to know that, you know, times were different once, and we need to get back to a bit of decency instead of being so precious and getting offended and upset, you know, at what's going on around us. You know, and too much worry, you know.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You know, it's just like we need that love and positivity that's going on there. And I think the fact that you guys are able to go out and play these shows and make such great music now and everything is really a testament to showing that if you do have that love and positivity, even if you show it in different ways, that it can shine through.
Right. Well, that's what we're here for. You know, the statement, and it was so, it's a very positive shout out, you know. what we're doing here. You know, it's good, and I think we've got a lot available for many years for people to appreciate. You know, and that's what we're about. We want people to take their mind off the crap that's outside the building. You know, when we play, and just have a great time, and that's what we do best. You know.
Well, awesome. Well, again, thank you so very much for taking all this time to be able to talk to me about everything going on in the world of the Addicts. Once again, I really love the new album. I really love what you guys have done, and hopefully sometime in 2018 it'll be within driving distance that you guys come near me, because I definitely want to be able to check out these new songs live. And
well, yeah, we've got that in the pipeline. You know, we've got to do a US tour next year, and hopefully we'll be close to you guys. You know, we've got quite a lot of friends out that way. It's a bit off the beaten track, though, isn't it, Minnesota?
Yeah, it is. It's about usually it's a resting place for some people to go to Denver or to Chicago or to Winnipeg. It's one of those spots where it's like you can either take a day break here or you can play a show.
Well, how cool. Well, you know what? We'll see you there next year. All right.
No, I'm definitely looking forward to it. And again, I really appreciate you taking the time to be able to talk to me about everything going on in the world of the Addicts. This was a tremendous honor to be able to talk to you and have such a great, real conversation, and I can't thank you enough for it.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you for the interview.
Oh, no.
And enjoy the record, and get them other 2 tracks.